Okay, so you might have heard very famously that Trump's people hate the press. They're suspicious of the press. But everyone was really nice and friendly to me. And I figured out later on why. Because at the beginning, you could see my backpack. And once I got into the crowd, I actually had a little scuffle with some Trump people who, saw my press pass and complained about me standing there. And I had an old woman who was like obsessed with every word I said. I heard her asking people, what did he say? What did he say? Very suspicious of me as press. But it was so different from how I had been treated at the beginning. And I realized I took off my backpack when I went into the crowd, and they wouldn't have been able to see it anyway. But everyone could see my backpack earlier. So really, it's Keaton's father who made me so acceptable in spite of my press badge. On this badge,
There you go.
I have my Jail Biden button. So that explains why I had such access to interviews. Everyone was very happy to talk to me and be interviewed. So it was quite a scene. It was a very diverse crowd for a Trump rally. It was a very white crowd for the Bronx. A lot of people came in from where you would expect: Staten Island, Long Island, New Jersey. You got a lot of that. But hey, man, you did have people from the Bronx. You did have a fair amount of Latinos and African Americans, again, for a Trump rally, not for the Bronx. Like, for that rally to have been representative of the Bronx, it would have been mostly black and brown.
Right.
And it was not. So let's not get it twisted. Like, yeah, man, it was diverse for a Trump rally. Now, that having been said, as I'll get into after we watch it, I have long said people who think the Trump movement is a racist movement don't understand it. That's not the sense I got. Everyone's very happy to see black and brown people at a Trump rally. Nobody's there going, God damn it, what are they doing there? Right? That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. Now, I do feel that there are fascist overtones to Trump's appeal and to his rhetoric. I think we are so conditioned to the German idea of what that looks like that we assume that racism must be a part of an authoritarian fascist kind of an impulse. But, they say socialism with Chinese features, right? Socialism with Venezuelan features. But they usually don't say that with fascism, but they should. What would an American fascism look like? I mean, for one thing, they're anti-war for the most part. That makes sense. Traditionally, we've had an isolationist streak where we want to be on our continent and fuck everybody else. That's very American. It makes sense that if you had that kind of a movement within America, that's the form it would take, that it wouldn't really be this expansionist, Lebensraum kind of a movement. None of this is to say, well, so get out there and vote for Biden, kids. He's great. It's, that's another thing that kind of history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. It's the failure of the liberal class that has created such a desperation in people that they would turn to somebody who you have described him this way. And I never really paid enough attention to really watching him to come up with this kind of analysis. But yeah, he's Cartman. He's Cartman.
Yeah.
He is very much like Cartman. He lies constantly, and watching him close up doing it, it was very interesting. Like just watching like a bullshitter just bullshit like he breathes. Yeah, a woman passed out. You'll see it in the footage. A woman passed out. He goes, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Some people waited out there for 2 days. Fucking waited out there for 2 days. Yeah. I walked right in and got 2 rows back from
Russell was there at noon. He was front row. Yeah.
You were waiting for 2 days. And he does that shit constantly. And he also, Hunter Thompson, he described, the American dream in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, something to the effect of, the vision of emerging from the smoky room in the pre-dawn light, a winner humping the American dream. Trump very much plays to that American impulse. You see him, and I kept some of that in because I really want you to see that. He'll get lost in a spot, and he'll just be like, "Yeah, we're winners. We're all winners. We're winners. We're like he really." That's really what he's pumping. He really understands that element of the American id, and he really pushes it, and he really rides it. Obviously, I don't go there and see, these crowds are evil and they're racist. No, man, I think they're naive and they're gullible. And it's the flip side. I would say the same thing about people going to see Joe Biden thinking Joe Biden's going to fix their lives. It's the flip side. It's very foolish to think that these people are going to really do anything for you, or particularly care about you, or really going to solve your problems, that these people are going to fix the system that produced them, the failed system that tossed these up as your options. They are symptoms of a sick society, whether you're talking about Joe Biden or whether you're talking about a hustler like Donald Trump, or you're talking about an old legit racist like Biden. I mean, anybody who goes after Trump with the racism thing. I mean, if you're voting for Joe Biden, I've always said that. I don't know how you could even talk about that if the person you're voting for is Joe Biden. But at the end of the day, this whole system is just a freak show. Trump's a freak show. Biden's a freak show. It's all a freak show. Do I, especially because a rally like this in New York City is going to attract people who are basically my people, with the days and the no's, and these are very familiar kind of people to me, the kind of people I grew up around, very working class, Queens, Staten Island, Flushing, Long Island kind of people. So I don't have an antipathy. I think that they're getting hoodwinked. I feel the same way about anyone who's still voting for Biden. But I'm just saying there are no good options. I think that is why we say we're post-duopoly, right? We don't support Biden, but this didn't change my views of Trump or why people follow Trump, but I definitely got a deeper insight into what's going on there.
Yes, indeed. And I'll just say, for YouTube's sake, the purpose of this was to document a significant news event. We do not endorse all statements made here, especially the ones where people say things that are wrong about certain things they're not supposed to be wrong about. None that are in violation of current rules, or so they say. But just as a cover our ass, we're just reporting. This is just news reporting. This is documentary news reporting. We do not endorse necessarily any statements made over the course of the next
just
hour.
Old-time journalism.
Yeah, just old-time journalism.
On-the-ground journalism. What we are calling BRAGA, the Bronx MAGA rally. And as you can see, quite a lot of red hats here. Quite a lot of red hats, although those were popular in the Cultural Revolution, so they might be Maoists.
And we're not racist, and we're not against immigration. I married a Hispanic woman from South America, had a beautiful daughter with her, and she has 2 adult children that have been waiting 8 long years in Medellin, Colombia.
I heard some of Stormy Daniels' testimony. I find it hard to believe that Trump did not put it in her ass. Were you surprised?
I don't know about that, to be honest. I know that she's probably full of crap, though, because an interview she did with Bill Maher a bunch of years ago are not even matching up to what she's saying now in court in terms of how she's reacting to him now and how she was in the past. So
Do you think she's lying? Do you
anything.
think she had sex with Trump?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think she had sex with him?
I don't think so. I think the whole thing is just a con. All the stories are always fabricated. Nothing is always adding up. It's too coincidental about every single thing that they're trying to put on him, and nothing adds up. You look at these potential rape cases, that 83-year-old ugly-ass woman that he gave $80 million to. If you look at her, Trump would not have second.
According to Trump, she has a cat named Vagina.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way, even if Trump was beyond acting as himself, that he would ever mess with a woman like that, even if it was 40, 50 years ago. Just wouldn't happen. This is that girl out of, I don't know, she's Tennessee or wherever she is.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think Tennessee.
She's just nuts. And they're just trying to put everyone up against him because they know that, if they stop him, they control everything. But they're not going to stop him because God's at the helm here. And he's going to make everything great for us out here.
How are you? Oh my God! Apparently, George Santos has a lot of fans here.
Not even an hour ago, I was like, I'm gonna
I gotta get to work. How are you, man? Good to see you. Absolutely. How are you? Sure. George, are you going to return to Congress?
Just about ready.
Not yet. How about the Senate? No. I gotta say, the people at the MAGA rally are more excited about George Santos than the people at the Cornell rally were about Cornell. That's just the truth. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. This for DueDissidence. Are you a dissident?
No, but pro.
So why are you out here for Trump?
We love Trump. I love Trump. Him and Ronald Reagan.
Absolutely. Long Island is Trump country. Whatever people want to tell you, don't listen to them. It really is Trump country. And we all know that Lee Zeldin won the election, but of course they stole it, so now we've got this idiot Hochul as our governoress, or whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, she's kind of an accidental governor.
Yeah, she is an accidental governor, yes.
Do you think 2020 was stolen?
100%. Hola, amigos!
Oh, I love your Santos. We love 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 Santos. That the Democrats and rhinos got him off office because he was doing the job with the people. And I really want to commend you because you did a wonderful job. Well, God bless you, and I hope you run for office again.
He's starting today. He's making his debut.
Do you think he can actually win the Bronx?
Yes, because of what they've been doing here in the Bronx and how they have been letting them flounder and squander and not taking care of their districts. You're going to see people getting tired of the stupidity that is the current government administration for the Bronx.
All right, now why do you support Trump? What is it about him?
What's it about Trump? Trump's Superman. Trump's Batman. Trump's everything we need right now because our country is in the toilet. And that's because of, not thankfully, to Joe Biden and the Obama administration. Because all this is an extension of Obama. We all know that. So this would be technically Obama's third term because Joe's just a puppet. We all know that. Look at how long he had Susan. Pardon me.
All right.
Dry throat. I left my sucking candies home. Look at how long we've had Susan Rice in the White House with Joe Biden for the first 2.5 years. Why was she there? There was no need for her. Well, that's because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing because he is actually suffering from Alzheimer's, as we all know.
Do you think Donald Trump's too old? Because he's
not
much younger than Biden.
Donald Trump has got it together. Donald Trump is what, 75, 74?
I think so, yeah. I think he's 74.
74, okay? So he's 74 years old, but he's got the mind and the acuity of probably a 35-year-old. The man is intelligent. The man doesn't sleep. He's constantly looking for what's best for us, America. And that's what needs to come first. America first. Make America great again.
So what do you think he'll do with a second term?
I hope he hangs, pardon me, I hope he tries everyone for treason first.
Be careful, there's going on YouTube.
Yes. I hope he tries everybody for treason first. And the first few set of necks I'd like to see up for grabs would be Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, and good old Chucky Boy Schumer. We want to see them all go to trial for treason because they are a treasonous lot, all of them. I don't think that's going to happen, and that's the sad part, is that these people need to pay for their crimes, and that's important.
What treason do you feel they committed?
Treason against the country. They're selling us out. They're trying, look at what they're doing to our veterans, okay? our veterans are being kicked out of their living environments so they could put illegal immigrants into their housing environment. They're giving them money to the illegal immigrants here in the United States, specifically here in New York. Look at what Adams had to do. He had to put an embargo on the buses coming in because he had no place to put them.
Right.
They're overflooding all of the sanctuary cities, and New York is one of them. And South Bronx isn't going to take it anymore. They're tired of this.
Why do you think they haven't taken control of the border? Because I've said on my show, the idea that a country with the military that we have cannot close the border is absurd on the face of it. So why do you think that
Joe
this is
Biden
being allowed?
And Obama and that whole ilk think that they're going to bring in a new undercurrent of constituents for themselves, just like they did back in the 20s, the early 1900s, when my great-grandparents came over. They were promised, they were given jobs, they would have a place to stay, and they'd be given money if they voted Democrat. And so the Jewish community has been promised all of this, and for some reason, to this day, several Jewish communities still vote Democratic, and all they're doing is getting smacked and kicked around. Look at what Biden's doing to Israel right now. He's withholding ammunition. He's withholding all kinds of munitions of any kind right now because he doesn't want a bloodbath in the Gaza Strip. But he's not supporting Israel like he should be. And Trump unconditionally will support Israel 100%. And we know that just by him moving the consulate into Jerusalem the way he did in his first term. There's going to be a lot more coming, and Donald Trump is going to make it happen.
Now, do you feel that the crackdown on student protesters violated their freedom of speech?
No, not at all, because they violated my freedoms by taking control of a university they had no business coming to. You've got these people that are paid advocates. We know that they were paid advocates. They even broadcast it on the news. Fake news actually covered it for some reason. I'm surprised. We know George Soros is behind most of it, or his ilk. And now you got Alex Soros Jr. coming into play. And with all that being said, I don't think they're going to get away with it this time. I think that people have woken up, and I hate to use the term woke up, but people have finally come to the realization, which is a much better term, that Trump's been right all along. And he did in 2020.
But what about that time we're supporting him?
Oh, we love our trolls. Our trolls are great.
Michael, you want some attention. You're desperate. I understand. Here's the problem. The cameras are not here for you, buddy. They're here for me. So can you please let me do my job and then you can do yours? I never supported your... Yeah, no, I didn't. You're a troll.
No, you're wrong.
He gave his full support. Let's go ahead and continue to this.
You are not the person that have been indoctrinated by the radical left and the Democrats.
That's not nice.
Do your research.
Say you're sorry.
But you are welcome to have your opinion.
Support George Santos.
Please,
Get it right. Get it right. The fake media. The fake media. Find Republican candidates. Find Republican congressmen.
The media is the enemy of the people. The media is the enemy of the people.
And this woman here speaks
The
fire.
media is the the people know. He paid for his education, but he do not indoctrinate people.
Al Sharpton used to be buddies with Trump. What do you think changed?
You are from the Upper East Side.
Yes, Upper East Side.
All right. Well, there are a lot of Trump supporters on the Upper East Side.
There are a lot of Trump supporters on the Upper East Side. There are a lot of Trump supporters in the city of New York, in Manhattan.
I'll be back. So it's like an underground population.
Well, there are many of us who do not like what's going on, and we're out here supporting Trump.
And what don't you like about what's going on?
Where do we start? Let's see. The fake trial, the bail reform, the crime, the crooked president that's in office that can't even speak, the millions of illegals that are pouring into our country. This president should be in jail for treason. The American people are unsafe. Inflation is through the roof. Nobody's happy, but they hate Trump. People that are voting for Biden just hate Trump so bad they won't vote for him.
Right.
We love Trump. I think he's amazing, right? She's been to many rallies. This is my first rally. And, we just support him, and his policies are amazing. He's honest. He's honest. He works for everybody in the country, and we need him back. He's a New Yorker, and we need him back. This country's going down a bad path.
Now what policies did he have his first term that you liked?
Deportation, saving of the border. He definitely felt he put America first. He was respected on the world stage. We're not respected anymore. We're laughed at.
Okay.
The people running China and all the other communist countries and everyone who has a problem with Biden, they were all able to sit down at the
world
table
peace,
with Trump. There was
the
world
Abraham
peace.
Accords.
Right.
We had a very secure border. He lowered taxes.
Yeah.
Every single demographic was doing better under Trump than they are now.
Every demographic. From blacks to whites to greens to everyone. And we were safer.
Okay, so let me ask you. They always say president's power is kind of limited with the economy. With what happened with COVID, do you think Biden is responsible for the inflation?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
And here's why: is because after when we were out of COVID, then they passed all these huge spending bills, and so I do think he's responsible for it.
Just like the college bill that he's passing now for all of taxpayers should be.
Why should someone that didn't go to college have to pay
billions and billions?
They're trying to buy votes. I mean, it's first of all, the Supreme Court ruled against it, and he's still giving out money. He's trying to buy votes. It's ridiculous.
And what do you think Trump will do if he comes in to bring the inflation under control?
Well, Trump doesn't need to buy votes. That's first off. And
I think
he's a businessman.
I think he's a businessman, and I also think that he'll open up our American energy again.
We shouldn't be reliant on Iran for energy, or anybody else in the Middle East for that matter.
Or Venezuela.
We've turned into a third world country. If you walk around
and
the
also
streets,
also he'll cut back on the regulations, open up the free market,
and put sanctions
and stop
back.
Paying people to stay home and not work.
We've become a dumbed down country with people with no ethics for work. Don't want to work because the government's paying them. When our grandparents came from another country here many, many, many years ago, they worked hard and they had to be sponsored to come to this country, and they were proud to hold the American flag. What you see now is a disgrace. It's disgusting.
I also think that there's a huge misconception that if you're black or you're Hispanic, that you automatically hate Trump. And I know a lot of people who are both black and Hispanic that are very supportive of him. And I know many people that have come here and immigrated here and waited in line, and they're furious about what's going on right now. That all these people are coming, and I mean, I it's ridiculous. We have vets that are homeless in the street, and we have just people that with mental health issues that are homeless, and we could be supporting them, and instead we're letting tens of millions of people into our country.
That are roaming the city. They're roaming. We live in the city. They're roaming around. Illegal mopeds everywhere, filth everywhere, crime everywhere.
Sorry, I thought.
So do you think that's why Donald Trump is making so many gains with non-white voters?
People are fed up.
I think the reason he's making gains with non-white voters is because in hindsight, they're looking back at what it's been like in the last 3 years, and they're realizing that life was better economically, life was better under Trump.
The Democrats haven't helped black and Spanish people out since Obama, since Clinton. And now they just
never. What do you mean
never,
since? They have never.
Right, exactly. Never helped the Democrats have never. They just talk.
They try to get people on social programs so they become dependent on the government instead of having pride and working. I mean, I'm not saying that all these demographics are reliant on social programs. What I'm saying is those that are the Democrat Party, they want to keep you down because that's how they stay in power. And I think a lot of people are waking up to that.
Yeah, and that's what all these millions of
at least I hope so. But
they're going to be future Democrat voters, and they change the laws around to suit their needs, just like the courts with Trump right now.
We love you. We got your back. I'm sorry you're being persecuted. They want to throw you in jail for the rest of your life. Alvin Bragg is disgraceful. The Bronx DA here, Marcia Clark of the Bronx, is disgraceful. Eric Gonzalez in Brooklyn is disgraceful DAs, rogue DAs. Failure to prosecute federal crime. Donald will bring jobs back to New York City. He will close the border. He will ship the immigrants, the illegals back. And just so you know, we don't have anything against migration. Donald and I are for legal migration. I married an immigrant Colombian woman whose 2 adult children have been waiting 8 long years in Medellin, Colombia for their interview. And these migrants have trampled them on the border, and it's just not fair. You give them handouts, and the people that did things the right way, like all of our grandparents, you give them the short end of the stick. Donna, we love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want people to understand that this is not about President Trump.
This is about Donald Trump.
We the people.
We the
President
people.
Trump doesn't need to go through all this nonsense.
And Donald
With
Trump.
all the world
All right,
that he has to be
George,
enjoying
we're
his life.
ready for a
And he's
break.
putting the fight for us.
Thank
for
you so
we
much.
The people.
Thank
so
you for
remember,
thank
this
you
is
for
not about
being here.
President Trump. It's about we the
Donald
people.
Trump is going to
and
turn
the United
New
States
York
of
red.
America.
New
that
York
is being
red.
destroyed
All right.
by
New
the
Jersey
Democrats
red.
and the radical
Donald Trump is going to
evil
turn
man
it
on
red.
his side.
All right, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
We're
you.
going to take a quick break, and we'll be
For the
back
one
with
who
you guys.
played the president.
Very soon. Thank you.
Good
I freaking love you guys. I freaking love you guys.
He's the only president that is for the people. He's not a deep state lifer.
Do you feel Joe Biden is?
Listen, that man's been lying since he got into politics 50 years ago. He hasn't stopped a day in his life.
This is true. But right now, he's just a
puppet
behind the wheel.
Yep.
All right. So do you think if Trump gets in, that they're just going to thwart anything that he wants to do? That deep state is going to stop him from really changing anything?
Well, how much he got done more than any other president in 4 years with everybody fighting him tooth and nail. So do I think he's going to have a better pick and smart about who he's going to put in there? Absolutely. And he'll get it done.
What did he do that you like?
Energy independence, a safe border. I was able to afford my oil, my gas, my food.
So inflation is a lot of it.
Everything. The border.
Short and simple. He said something and he did it.
That's right. Promises made, promises kept.
Is murder legal today?
Excuse me, excuse me, don't murder a female kangaroo because all she gets she only gives birth to baby jellies. Excuse me.
But George Santos supports NAMBLA.
Fuck him. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Chuck E. Cheese.
What's up?
Okay, my friend's hat is in the wheelchair and I'm here.
Oh, she's over there. I love her.
Yeah, well, there's.
Oh, not that one?
No, my friend over there.
I'll go say hi.
Yeah. He likes to do interviews. Please, thank you.
South Korean Japanese. We need to reorganize this. Chaotic.
You got screwed.
How many more? Peter.
You live in the area?
I do. Live up the street.
You live up the street? All right. There are a lot of Trump supporters here in the Bronx.
Are there a lot? No, man. But listen, it's growing. The support is growing. At least I can say, at least for me, my family, and some of my homies, some of my friends, we want Trump. We want Trump. I would say the Caribbean community, people from Jamaica, Trinidad, like myself, we are all legal immigrants. We paid our dues. We waited our 10 years. We stayed out of the criminal justice system. Also, we can get that valued U.S. citizenship. So we're very much against all the illegal immigrations happening in the southern border that's pouring into the Bronx and New York City and America. So that's why I'm out here, to show that strong support, even though there are not a lot of MAGA supporters in New York. I feel that I have to show that support.
All right, so you'd say immigration is your main issue?
Immigration by far, at least, my personal issue. That and the economy. The economy sucks right now. Gas prices are crazy. You ever try getting a hotel room in the city lately?
Not lately.
Do you think? Yeah, it's crazy. Everything is expensive. Everything's expensive. Summertime, if you look at you think the crime is bad now here in this area, just wait till the summertime where all these dudes from Africa and everywhere else have nothing else to do but just stay outside when it's warm and there are other potential victims walking around. I predict the crime is going to explode even more so just over the summer.
Over the summer?
Over the summer, absolutely. Absolutely it is.
And you feel that, okay, so you immigrated here legally or your family did? You immigrated
I came here, I was born in Trinidad, Tobago. I came here in 04. So I've been in the States, man. It's a beautiful country. Everyone wants to come here. I don't blame the illegals for wanting to come here, but it's a proper country, and with a country, you gotta be vetted, no? You have to be vetted. They gotta make sure you're not a criminal. You have to make sure you're not a terrorist or some weirdo that doesn't vibe with the community at large, with the other Americans here. It just makes sense. I'm not sure where on planet Earth you expect to just walk in somewhere, plant your flag, and expect to be given things. It doesn't work that way. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with just common sense.
So why do you think Donald Trump has all these criminal cases against him? Do you think he's guilty?
I don't think he's guilty. Even if he was, I would still vote for him. But I personally think it's politically motivated, especially this one here up here in New York, where there are too many factors. Joe Biden's excuse me for losing my words here, but his administration, Joe Biden's administration, has his hands in too many places in that Trump trial. For one, look at the judge's daughter. She's involved heavily with the DNC, making money, and making money for the DNC and raking in money herself. You have one of the guys from Biden's administration, I believe, somewhere along the Justice Department. He upped and decided to come here in the city and work, take a pay cut. It's just too much coincidence. There's too many things involved for.
So you feel like it's rigged?
I feel it's 100% rigged. Look at the guy, Alvin Bragg, our DA, who ran to put Trump in jail. I think that should be illegal. I don't think someone should be out there running to convict another citizen. I think there should be a presumption of innocence, and for politicians, because that's what Alvin Bragg is at this point, he's a politician, and he campaigned on locking up another U.S. citizen and have other people vote for that prosecution. I don't think that's right. I think that's going around the rule of law, and I don't think that's justice at all. This whole case is bogus. It should have never been brought. The only reason why they brought it is for the election, to keep Trump off the campaign and to sully his name in the court of public opinion. That's the only reason why. They want to drag his name. They want to get it so dirty, so the undecided voter, the first thing when they hear Donald Trump, they want to associate him with all these bogus cases. That's why they brought it. I don't blame him. Joe Biden is hemorrhaging supporters, right?
Right.
He's losing supporters everywhere. I don't blame him for getting desperate and going through this desperate tactic, but that's what it is. It's a desperate tactic that should have never been brought. I think he should fight fairly and improve his policies and try to get votes the old-fashioned way.
I'm half Irish. That's the only reason I drink.
I'm married. That's the reason I drink.
There you go. That's a good reason. Better than mine.
Hey, hats and flags, hats and flags.
You got any Biden hats?
No.
All right.
I found one on the ground. I laid it on flags.
Let you give me $2 and
Hey, hats and flags, hats and flags.
They will let you in with the flags, though. They will let you in with the flags, though. That's a weapon right there.
But you know what you do afterwards? After the round, you stand out there and you sell them.
Yeah.
So they don't let you in with them.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Hey, hats and flags, hats and flags.
Hi, he's my man. That's the man we gotta vote for Trump.
Why do you support Trump?
Because his honesty, real, and he loves God. That's what I like more.
All right, now you just said, if I can repeat it, that number one, Jesus, and then Trump?
Yes.
All right, why do you feel that way? Do you feel Jesus endorses Trump?
Oh, yes, all the time.
Yeah?
Yes. He's with him. Yes. He's my man. He make a lot of miracles in my life. And I like Trump because he loves the Bible. He want to put the prayer back in the street. That's why there's so many delinquents in the street.
What's Trump's favorite Bible verse?
You got me there.
I think he said Corinthians 2. He says the whole ball game. I could be wrong. I think he said Corinthians 2. He says the whole ball game. So what policies of Trump's do you like?
Everything.
Everything? What did you like that he did in his first term?
Say that again?
What did you like in his first term?
First?
Yeah, when he was president, what did you like that he did?
Oh, what I like, because his honesty. That's what I like about him, his honesty.
What do you think about Joe Biden?
Oh no, he's a demon. And I could say that everywhere I go and I don't care, okay? He's a demon, he needs help. He better retire and go to senior hospital. 6.
Well, it's already 3 o'clock, right?
Single file line.
I gotta say, not for nothing, we don't see a lot of shirts like that, man.
Well, we need to see more of these shirts.
All right, can you explain why you are I'm assuming a lesbian for Trump. I don't want to assume.
Yeah, you shouldn't assume anything.
You never know.
Why am I a lesbian for Trump?
Landslide.
Because I'm a lesbian and I'm for Trump. I don't know. Let's see. Because I love my guns and I don't want them taken away from me.
All right.
I like the old America that I grew up in. I'm a patriot. I was in the military. My family has got a history of military background. I don't like what the libtards stand for. They want to take all of our rights away from us. They want us to live in little tiny cubby holes and eat bugs and be happy.
And you're against conversion therapy. You don't want you don't want boys in your girls' locker rooms.
Oh well, yeah. Just because I'm a lesbian doesn't mean that I want boys in the girls' locker rooms. I don't want that. That's another thing. I don't want my grandchildren to have their sex organs taken off without their parents' permission. That's another thing I'm against.
And you don't want to be called a bigot if you don't like a biological man that's masquerading as a woman.
I mean, I've got a son. I've got 4 grandsons. I love men. I'm a lesbian, but I love men.
Awesome.
And we need them. Yeah. I don't. Right. Yeah. Hoorah.
Go Trump.
Hoorah. Go Trump.
No. I dance with women. Oh.
Trump!
Yes.
We love Trump! 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 We love Trump!
Save your voice for later, bro.
The music went off. So I did that, but the music went off. And they put it right back on.
I need a fucking drink. They don't even have to pick or not. They have to tie it.
Yeah, man, just let it go.
I'm so sorry. Move on. I'm so sorry about that.
Trump supporters don't do this shit, man.
Agreed.
We don't do this shit.
I agree.
That's what they want.
Yeah, man.
Home of the free! Land of the free!
Home of the brave.
The way it was working, that was
One with
sort of
the
made
What do you do?
Listen,
You're looking at it.
Yeah, I'm a huge channel on Telegram, and I do a lot of investing. I have American-made products. I just do this, and I just go to where I'm called, man. My faith in God is very strong.
You got a good vibe.
Yeah, people say different things about me. They say, so what I'm called on. I'm sorry, man. People call me a master manifester, so I can just think of something and do it, and then they call me a ultimate conduit, and two of my admins were wheelchair bound. One of my admins on my channel had something called scleroderma where she was dying, and now she's up walking around.
There's counter protesters outside right there. I'm sorry to tell you, I think you guys are counter protesting in the wrong place because there ain't no safe spaces here in the Bronx, is there? That's right. So I gotta tell you, I've spent the last month in court every single day with President Donald Trump. And I have witnessed the persecution through prosecution that our 45th president and 47th president is going through on a daily basis. Donald J. Trump has put New York on the table, and New York is going to go for Trump on November 5th, 2024. And I'll let President... USA, 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 USA. You know, Babe Ruth legend, Garrick DiMaggio mantle, the Pope, certainly the Pope a legend, Muhammad Ali, Derek Jeter, the captain, I love him. I met my wife at the game that Derek Jeter got his last hit. That's true. But there's one thing that Donald Trump is going to do that none of those could ever do. He's going to make America great again. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. God bless America. God bless New York. God bless the Bronx. And God bless Donald J. Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Madeline Brame.
Faggot, and I'm a gay man. Can we have him removed? Can we have him removed? That guy right there. He's calling me a faggot, and I'm a gay man. That guy right there. I don't play that right there.
God bless America! Land of the free! Home of the brave!
Faggot is a hateful word.
Not everybody here is.
I will take my hatred out on him.
Beautiful sight
call me a faggot for holding the sign up.
Wow. AOC, eat your heart out. Richie Torres, eat your heart out. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Madeline Brame. I am the CEO
I got it on video.
LLC. I am also the state director of Blexit, New York.
You gonna take this girl out too? Because she'll take your eyes out.
USA. Unfortunately, I am also the mother of a homicide victim. Sergeant Hassan Correa was killed in Harlem in 2018 by 4 people he did not know, nor had he done them any harm. Hassan was stabbed to death by these 4 people. All 4 were apprehended. The case was handled in Manhattan District Attorney's Office when Alvin Bragg took office in 2020. Boom! 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 How many of you out there are lifelong Democrats who have walked away from the plantation of the Democratic Party and are now voting Republican because of the way that we were neglected and ignored and pushed to the side? Our communities, especially poor minority communities. Let me make this clear. When I say poor, I mean black, white, Hispanic, Jewish, Asian. All of us are in this together. Italian, all of us are in it.
Love you.
All of us are getting together. All right? This is not
not a Democratic issue. This is not a Republican issue. This is a human issue. We got severe poverty in the Bronx. We got unemployment. We got crime. We got failing schools. We got dilapidated housing.
You're right.
We got abortion clinics on every damn corner.
The fuck?
Not to mention liquor stores and weed spots and safe injection sites all over our communities. We're looking for Donald Trump to deliver for our communities, to make the major investments.
He's done it already.
Let's replace the drugs and the guns with hammers and nails and drills and steel workers. Use our young men. Use our young men that are involved in the criminal justice system to rebuild the housing.
We pro-gun.
Use them, pay them decent salary so they can afford to take care of their children and their family and help lift us up out of poverty.
We're pro-gun.
Keep your welfare. We don't want your welfare. We want jobs. Paying jobs. Decent paying jobs. Educational opportunities. Initiatives that'll help our young men avoid incarceration.
Yes.
Stop letting them go back in the street to commit more crime.
Yes.
Put real initiatives in place that will save their lives. Sometimes jail, sometimes people are not arrested, they're rescued. So when we continuously have this revolving door, we're actually setting our young men and women up to be killed, to kill themselves or someone else.
The prison industry complex. The prison industry complex.
This is a serious conversation. This ain't no joke.
That's right.
There are lives, human lives. Human lives.
Real people
that are dead. I look at my refrigerator right now. My refrigerator is empty.
What about the illegal?
Because I decided to do my laundry.
What about
then we have the illegals flooding our borders.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coming into our communities, sucking up the resources that we already barely have.
That's right.
Why should we allow this to happen? Every last person here needs to rise up and get fighting mad. Get fighting mad. And make sure that you're registered to vote and go out there and you vote up and down the line, not just the presidency. The local elections are more important than the presidency.
MAGA. Vote
Get
MAGA.
rid of AOC.
Vote MAGA.
Vote her ass out.
Vote that bitch.
Get rid of Richie Torres. Vote his ass out.
Yes.
I have nothing to lose.
That's right.
So I can stand up here and I can say this.
That's
None
right.
of you here are paid to be here.
That's right.
She got on cover TV this morning and said that Trump busted these people and paid everyone out here who here got paid to be here today. Are you here because you know that this is the time in history that you're in the right place at the right time and you need to be here.
Listen, the word is that Donald J. Trump's going to be here in a couple of minutes.
Whoa!
That's the word. And so I think it's really important right now to let all of New York know that the Bronx is now MAGA country.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. USA! Brian, right over here, Brian. Come on, baby. Oh, nice.
Let me tell you this.
We got foul mouths in New York. We're foul. These ever-loving Democrats have lost their minds.
This is a family affair.
Let's go, Brandon.
This is for all of the people across our country. We say, let's go, Brandon. 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 They tell us that if you're Puerto Rican or Dominican or Peruvian or Venezuelan or any other nationality out of Latin America, that you can't be a conservative. That's what they tell us.
How about gay?
But I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
That's right, brother. That's right.
And I know the conservative streak that is in the heart of New Yorkers.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
So we're going to do a really big thing in this country in 2024.
Get rid of Mike Johnson.
We're going to change politics. We're going to change the status quo. There are no racial votes in America anymore. There are American votes in America, and we are going to save the greatest country man has ever known.
Of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much. This is some turnout. This is some turnout. And I want to thank New York's finest. They just brought a lot of additions. We have people, thousands of people outside that can't even get in, but they'll get in eventually. We appreciate it. New York's finest. Hello, New York City, and hello to all of the incredible, tough, strong, hard-working American patriots right here in the Bronx. I have come tonight to talk about solving problems. The simple fact is Joe Biden is not getting the job done for the Bronx. He's not getting the job done for New York, and he's not getting the job done for America. He is incompetent, ladies and gentlemen. He is grossly incompetent. I will get the job done as I did for 4 years, and I will get it done fast. And remember this, if a New Yorker can't save this country, no one can. I built the Grand Hyatt Hotel on 42nd Street and Park Avenue, and as part of that, I renovated the beautiful Grand Central Terminal, did a really good job of that, and then I was very much responsible for the construction of the Jacob Javits Convention Center, where Hillary Clinton was going to have her big evening. That was not good. Remember? We had the glass ceiling. You know, we built glass ceiling. She said, we're going to break the glass ceiling. And then you see what they want to do to us, to me, to us. Horrible. And they come along and they don't mind because Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of our country, has no sense, doesn't know what he's doing, grossly incompetent, and our country's going to hell, but we're going to turn it around. Yes, we are. Thank you! Because above all else, and I say this, and I believe this on New York, is you are different. You do know that. Yeah, we're special! You know that when I called for this rally, we said, let's just have a meeting, don't call it a rally. And so many people showed up. I said, like it or not, this is a rally. As far as the eye can see, you have to see the lines outside, they're going for miles. But when we saw it and we saw the love, because I called up this morning, do the people like me or do they hate me? They said, they don't like you, sir, they love you. I appreciate it. And I love you too. Boy, look at all the cameras back there.
Fuck them!
It's the fake news.
We hate you! We hate you! Fake news!
You know, they'll say tonight, Donald Trump spoke to a very small crowd of people in the room. It was a very hostile crowd.
We love you!
They hated him very much.
They're still welcome here!
Sometimes they're okay. We're going to make you very, very happy. And Biden can't do it. He doesn't know he's alive. You know, see all the stairs here? Stare, two of them behind me, one in the middle. When he's finished with his 2.5 minute, you know, do you ever watch a speech? They last for about 1.5 minutes. When he's finished with his speech, he can never find the stairs. He can never find the stairs. And when he does, it's not a pretty picture either. It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans. Real earnings for African Americans are down 5.6%. African Americans are getting slaughtered. Hispanic Americans are getting slaughtered. And these millions and millions of people that are coming into our country, the biggest impact and the biggest negative impact is against our black population and our Hispanic population, who are losing their jobs, losing their housing, losing everything they can lose. They're the ones that are affected most by what's happening. Not only the fact that you've lost the use of your schools, your parks, and your hospitals. Joe Biden's inflation.
Build the wall! 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 Send them back! Send them back! Send them back! Send them back!
We really have no choice. He said, send them back. There's a chance, send them back. Nobody wants to send anybody back, but you have no choice. This is not sustainable by any country, right? This is not sustainable. We had no wars. Thank you, sir. That's right. Remember Hillary Clinton used to point at me? He will create wars. No. They said his personality will create wars. I said, no, my personality is going to keep us out of wars. And I was right. First president in 78 years that didn't start a war. We had no wars. None of these stupid wars. Such a shame. When you see all the people that died in these horrible wars in the Middle East and everything else, countries didn't want us, dropping bombs all over the place. Spent $9 trillion in the Middle East. We bombed the hell out of the place, then we leave. You know, in the old days, to the victor belong the spoils. We don't do that. We bomb the hell out of everyone, then we come back home. It's so sick. It's so sick and so stupid. These people that led us are so stupid. You want to use that as a last resort. You can solve these problems with a meeting or with a telephone call. You don't have to drop billions of dollars worth of bombs on people's heads. You don't have to.
Thank you.
It's called peace through strength. That's really, it really is. There's no reason for it. And Iran, by us destroying Iraq, the military of Iraq, you know, for years they fought each other, and they were equal sizes, equal everything. They were equal military partners. And for 1,000 years under different names, they would fight, a religious thing. They'd fight, they'd go 5 feet left, 5 feet right, 5 feet left, 5 feet right. Somebody would say they have gas, somebody would say they have nuclear, then they'd rest for a few years, and they'd fight again. But we blew the hell out of one side, Iraq. So now Iraq is a subsidiary, essentially, of Iran. Congratulations to the geniuses that got us into that mess.
Bring them home! Bring them home! Bring them home! Bring them home! Bring them home!
And I tell you, I see a lot of flags from it, right out of Israel, right? That's right out of Israel. But remember I said it a month ago, and it's a terrible thing to say, but I believe it. Many of the hostages that you're waiting for, and everybody's waiting for, those hostages, many of them are dead. Many of them are dead. And it's a horrible thing It's a horrible thing, but many of those hostages are dead. And that's why when you see these negotiations where Hamas is like not getting back, they're saying, man, we could make a good deal, but these people are no longer alive. When I saw the way they were treated, when I saw they were thrown into the cars and how horribly they were treated, there's no way that those hostages, and some will be alive, but many of those hostages are dead. It's a very serious, horrible thing. It would have never happened if the election weren't rigged. It would have never happened if I were your president. It would have never done it. Because we have so many young people here today, I want to talk about, just for a moment, about success. Do you remember I used to give talks on success before politics? Okay, that's enough. We're going to do it. That's enough. I know you're on our side, but it's enough. We're going to get on it. It's a rough situation. But let's talk about, for the young people, just to listen for a couple of minutes, because we've been talking about politics so long. I'm OD'd. You know what that means? I'm OD'd on politics. I'm OD'd on Trump. I turn on the television. Trump. All different sides. Trump. They're driving us crazy. You okay? You take your time, darling. Take your time, Doc. We have time. Some people waited here for 2 days. It's tough. That's right. It's tough. Thank you. Plenty of time. That's good.
Israelis for Trump. By the dawn's early light.
Water.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were so gallantly streamed. I love you! And the rock.
A terrible statistic. Venezuela was a very crime-ridden country. They just announced a month ago 67, but now they just announced 72% reduction in crime in Venezuela. In Caracas, they took their gang members, they took their drug dealers, they are emptying out their prisons. They're taking everybody that's a problem and they're dumping them into the United States of America. We're like a dumping ground. But many countries are doing that. I would say eventually all countries would be doing that. If I headed up Honduras, if I headed up any one of the countries that are neighboring or not neighboring, and we're not talking about just South America countries, we're talking about countries from Africa. The other day, 22, think of it, 22 people from the Congo. Where do you live? We came from jail. What did you do in jail? We don't want to tell you. They're now living happily. They come from Africa. They come from Asia. They come from all over the world. They come from the Middle East. Yemen. We're bombing Yemen. Here we go with the bombs again. We're bombing Yemen. And people are coming in from Yemen. Large numbers of people are coming in from China. And if you look at these people, did you see them? They are physically fit. They're 19 to 25. Almost everyone is a male. And they look like fighting age. I think they're building an army. They had 29,000 people over the last... I think they're building... They want to get us from within. I think they're building an army. This is not... You know, it's interesting. Did you see them? They all have tents. They all have gas-fired stoves. I mean, this is not like an illegal immigrant. This is... They're building something. They have something in mind. They cannot stay. We will immediately begin the largest criminal deportation operation in our country's history because this situation is sustainable by no country. No country can sustain it.
Send them back! 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 Send them back!
They come up in what's called caravans. The women are treated horribly. They're being raped at levels that nobody's ever seen before. Nobody wants to talk about it. The fake news will report that, oh, it's so terrible what he said. But it's fact. In Brooklyn, American students at James Madison High School were recently told they had to stay at home from school so their classrooms could be turned into housing for thousands of migrants. Very simply, Joe Biden puts illegal aliens first. I put America first. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, but why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. So when we allow people from prisons, when we allow people from insane asylums and mental institutions, which are being emptied out all over the world, you know, their prison populations are going way down. You know why? Because they're being dumped into the United States. When we are allowing terrorists at numbers that we've never seen before, remember the snake. Remember the snake. Because you're going to get bitten like you never got bitten before. Since 2019, murders are up more than 20%, shootings are up more than 30%. I'm going to indemnify all police officers and law enforcement officials throughout the United States to protect them from being destroyed by the radical left for taking strong actions on crime. And remember, Black, Hispanic, Asian people need this protection and safety more than anyone else. Don't ever forget it. And after years of talk by the radical left Democrats, we are going to give them the protection they need, and we're going to protect our police. We're going to make sure they do a great job. They can do it very quickly. They know who the bad guys are. They know everything about them. They know their name. They know their middle initial. We're going to insist that if a violent criminal murders a police officer, they receive the death penalty. It's going to be quick. But we're truly honored to be joined by a man who is a Democrat and a former member of the New York City Council, and he's been a friend of mine, and he helped me very much with the Ferry Point project and getting it working, and did a really good job. Ruben Diaz Sr. Come on up, Ruben.
I want to tell AOC this morning she intended to become a prophet, and she said even God doesn't want Trump in the Bronx because it's going to rain. Madam Prophet AOC, you have become a false prophet. Look at what a beautiful day. That means that not only you guys want Trump in the Bronx, because if we're going to measure that for the weather, then I would say humbly that even God wants you in the Bronx. And I want to close by saying, Mr. President, I want to join you in having the Bronx great again. Please accept this Democrat, this black Puerto Rican with a kinky hair and a broken English. Please accept my endorsement for you as a president.
Thank you very much. How nice was that? I didn't expect that. Really? That was good. You know, it's always dangerous to do that. You never know what's going to come out. Maybe he'll change his mind coming up, but he doesn't change his mind. That man is a winner. Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow.
You're always going to whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
Thank you very much. That's where I like those teeth. I want to find out where you are. I gotta get my teeth like that. We're gonna get out and vote like never before. We're gonna make it too big to rig. Our vote is going to be too big to rig. So one thing they can't guard against, working together, there is nothing we cannot do and no height we cannot achieve. Together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will make America great again. Thank you, Bronx. Thank you, New York. I love you. Thank you. God bless everybody. God bless you.
Please clap.